What is up, everyone? I'm going to apologize in advance if I cough or if I have to clear my throat. Unfortunately, I have allergies. No, it's not corona. So yeah, let's get along. Let's move along. So I had just gotten into an argument with a friend of mine yesterday, and most of you may think, well, random, you're wrong. You shouldn't have brought it up. But in my defense, I am an animal activist. I am a pit bull advocate. So when a friend of mine, for example, let's say a friend of mine is so strongly feels so strongly about a topic, I will try to steer away from that topic and try to say something else about another topic. For example, if it's, let's say, my friend Denise, I don't know what Denise, but anyways, my friend Denise is so strong, feels so strongly about the trees or the environment. I will not say, well, this person spent X amount of time in jail for cutting down a couple of trees, and this person didn't. You know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense. I would not repost it or I would not make a meme about it. And there was this meme going around about Michael Vick and how he spent X amount of time in jail when there are cops out there that have not spent any time in jail. Now, that argument was, I believe, on Sunday. And no, I'm sorry, it was yesterday. It was Monday. So it was Monday. Honestly, I want to get the facts straight before I even say anything. So it was Monday morning, and I had brought up her post in a private message. I didn't want to bring it up on social media because I felt like it was just wrong and it's childish of me to do that. So I decided to go ahead and say what I felt in private message. And we got into an argument, and at the end of the argument, even though I had brought up good points, good facts, and I showed her pictures of what he had done, and I even told her what he had done, she went ahead and just told me F dogs, and then she told me good day, and then afterwards, I think 20 or 30 minutes later, she asked me to basically black out my screen, my not my screen, but my profile picture. And I'm thinking to myself, here I am, I asked you just to take down one small post of Michael Vick and the police situation, and here you are asking me for a favor too, which is wrong in itself. Then she had seen a post of mine that I had posted a day before, and she was like, "Oh, I hadn't seen this." And then I told her, "Well, you don't see a lot of things on Facebook. Facebook doesn't show you all of, you know, everyone's posts." And she goes, "Well, does that all include tagging people and or replies?" And I said, "Well, the reason why I didn't reply was because I wanted to step back from the conversation." It was like a long post, but it was, I stepped back from the conversation. I didn't want to argue with you anymore. I didn't see there to be any agree to disagree kind of thing. She was blatantly attacking me for what I believed And I felt like because we had been friends for such a long time, I did not want to say something that would hurt her feelings. So I basically told her I didn't want to hurt feelings. Her feelings were hurt because she did hurt mine. And then I said, I want to step back from this for just one day. I said, why would you be so pissed off about me stepping back for one day? She turned around and said, well, I asked you for a favor and I would normally do it for you when I see you trying to advocate for child abuse. I said, well, everybody should be advocating for child abuse, shouldn't they? So I told her, I said, starting from Tuesday when I heard about this issue, I started spam posting this issue on Black Lives Matter. I said, and you are telling me that I've done absolutely nothing on my Facebook. First of all, I told her it is basically all on my page. I was like, you go on my page and there's not 2 posts on my page that you wouldn't like. For example, I'm sorry, I'm not explaining it correctly, but you'll see like for every 2 posts, you'll see that there is actually something on Black Lives Matter or George Floyd. So I told her, go look. If you don't believe me, go look. So she said, okay, fine. And I told her, I don't agree or I don't appreciate when you said fuck dogs, because dogs are pretty loyal to everyone. And she was like, well, this is not the time for dogs. I was like, you're right, it's not. But you shouldn't be putting down someone else's cause or their morals. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't just be putting down what they believe in. And a lot of you are going to say, but they're just dogs. To me, no, they're not just dogs. They deserve as much right to live as we do. They deserve happiness like we do. And they deserve loyalty like we do. They also deserve justice. And I'm not going to argue about this. You're not going to change my mind about this. The fact is that he did wrong. He went to jail. He did his quote unquote time, which I feel like he should have done more. But he did his time. But, okay, so I'm sorry I had to like step away a little bit, so my mind is like not all there. But anyways, so not only that, but she also is attacking people for their belief on the riots. At first she said, well, it's because it's a statement. And then she said, well, it's not really the it's not really the protesters that are doing the riots and the looting. It's the police officers and the white people. So instead of getting the facts straight the first time around, instead of just like holding her tongue until she can like get the facts, she says one thing and then she'll say another thing. And the thing is that I feel like everyone should have their opinion. It's their opinion, it's their right. Not everyone is going to agree with you, and that is okay. And just to give you some insight on how I feel about other people's opinions, this is what I said on my own Facebook. I actually said this, and she hasn't said anything, responded. She hasn't heard nothing. It was about the Nickelodeon Kids. Hold on. Sorry, like I told you in the last video, I have my daughter here. I'm homeschooling her. She's over there right now doing this thing called Kids AZ. So, and whenever she asks me a question, I gotta go over and, help her out. But yeah, so this is how I really feel about the entire, like, your opinion, my opinion feeling. And my cousin even sent me a text because she was in the chat with me while I was having the conversation. And she goes, she is not really a animal lover. She really doesn't care for them as much. The last time she had a dog, she basically had it in the basement, and then because it was troublesome, quote unquote troublesome, she decided to rehome it or give it away. She doesn't see animals like family. And to be honest, I would have much appreciated if she would have said, listen, I am not an animal person. I don't care for them. That's your opinion. That's your belief. Fine. You don't believe that. She has just been all over the place attacking people. She even turned around and posted up something. And when someone asked her a question, a simple question, she attacked them saying, well, there is Google for a reason. You're the one bringing up the problem, right? Maybe you should just elaborate just a little bit on why we have to boycott Taco Bell, Wendy's, and I think it's, I don't know what the other one was, but she basically said, hey, boycott this, but you got to look up the information on why. Every time I will say, hey man, we're going to boycott this, I would say it's because of this. You know what I'm saying? Don't give half-ass information and then expect everybody to go, well, let me look that stuff up. As the person that is requesting said boycott, you should give a little bit more information. Then she basically turned around and said, I don't want to be anyone's source of information when you are posting up so much stuff on Black Lives Matter. Look, I agree with Black Lives Matter, and I will show you something. This is another thing that I posted up on my personal Facebook page, and this was actually the post that she said she did not see. This was a day before we got into the argument. And I mean, you could debate me on this all you like, okay? But you have anything that I see in the comment section, I want a respectful debate, not something that you will say something like you're a jerk or you're pathetic, or people arguing about what they feel, what other people feels. We're all adults here. Please be respectful. And if you can't agree with one another, please feel to agree to disagree. All I want to say is keep your minds open and your hearts open. And all I really want to see at this moment is justice for George Floyd. That's what I want to see. Let's all peacefully state our opinion. Let's all run off of logic and not emotion. And racism sucks. Have a happy and safe day, and I will see you next week. Bye.